Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. Happy Friday. It is Friday the 13th. Things are about to get real spooky out here. Welcome back to another episode of Too Good to Be Drew. I'm your host, Drew J. Davis, and I love that you guys are rocking with me. And I got some very, very good news. I'm in a very, very good mood. We have entered Apple Podcast Top 100 in the self improvement category. That's been a lot of you guys, a lot of listeners plugging in, rating, reviewing, listening, downloading, following, sending smoke signals, forwarding episodes to people. I greatly appreciate you guys. And that was a goal of mine to get into the top 100 and to also get 100 ratings and reviews within the month of June. So we got about half the month to go. I know we can get there. I know you guys will keep pushing this. I'm going to keep pushing this too. But I'm really grateful for everyone who stopped by this show, friends, family, strangers, haters, everybody, LBC, no lames, no busters, no chicken heads. But if y'all stop by here and y'all rate and review, y'all are cool with me. And so we get into this thing we call Fast Friday. In college and the NFL, Friday was our very, very fast day. We get in there, we handle business, quick meetings, quick time on the field, then we're off our feet, off the field, back at home. I carry that same mode of thought into my life daily, even right now. As we get on this Friday morning, I'll go in for a quick workout, get in, hit it hard, be back home by 5:36 a.m. to start my day, to talk to clients, to make more content or whatever I'm doing. But I try to have that mindset now. Having the mindset of Fast Friday doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a Fast Friday in quotation marks. It's the mindset of it. And as a lot of people know, Friday is probably most people's favorite day of the week because it means you've made it through the work week. It means you have a weekend to look forward to and possibly some weekend plans as well, which is a great thing. And so if you adapt this mindset of a Fast Friday where you're going to get in, where you're going to be quick, efficient, do what you have to do, cross your T's and dot your I's, that is going to help your Fridays become exponentially better. And so just take it from me, a small piece of advice to start making your Fridays and label them as Fast Fridays can be exponentially great for you, for your mindset, and for how you're approaching your day, your clients, your work, whatever you need to get done. So take it from Uncle Drew. It's a great step in the right direction. And so I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this. And I talked that we have viewers and listeners from all over, and there's been a lot of people supporting. I want to shout out to people that are listening from Canada, Japan, France, Germany, Colombia, Spain, the UK, and also especially the United States. You know, I can't do it without my Americans and the people home and here supporting me. But I just wanted to give a quick shout out. So if you're listening in those countries, I see you, I hear you, I feel the love, I feel the support. And once again, I thank you and I hope you will continue to be a listener and a fan of this show. And so, like I told you guys before, this is a coaching in real time show. I'm going to take some time to get it built up. We're going to talk. You guys are going to get to learn about me. We're going to get to kind of build this relationship and rapport. But I need questions to come in so I can have some stuff to talk about from time to time that I feel like I am helping people. And we've had a couple questions come in, and I just want to take time to answer one today because I think it's really vital to speaking a lot more about who I am. I think it's very important because it really exemplifies who I am and it's talked about what I've built up as far as my resume and just being an athlete and the things that are great to take from sport into life that'll continue to help you and push you along the way. Now, I have nothing but my high school coach to thank because he's one of the first people that instilled what hard work really looked like to me outside of my mom and my dad and my immediate family, but he's the one that was doing all these things with me. We're practicing on the weekends, early mornings, sometimes weekdays after school, just all these different types of things, conditioning, just working on top of work, on top of work. And I have nothing but thanks to give to Coach Houston for that because he's pretty much built a monster in a machine. And so a lot of people have had to deal with me outside of football because my dogged work ethic, but it derives and it has been built between him and myself, between the relationship that we've created and the hard work that we've put in. And so, without further ado, we get to our very first question on this show, which I feel It is a very pointed question, and it is a very needed question from when I heard it. And I said, man, we gotta have this one on the show really, really soon. So if you're listening to this show or you hear this show and you hear me say, hey guys, write in with your questions, your pain points, things that you're going through, questions you got for me, and they'll most likely get answered on the show. If you're thinking in your head, oh man, somebody else will write in and ask the question that I want to ask. No, that is not the mindset you need to have. In psychology, there's something called the innocent bystander effect. And so imagine that a car crash happens or you see something very bad happen and everybody's looking and everybody says, oh my God, somebody call the police, somebody call the police. And other people go, yeah, somebody call the police. Through that time frame, if a couple minutes pass, usually no one calls the police because everybody thinks someone else is going to do it. So for you listening to this that do not want to send in a question or don't want to write in a question because you think it won't get answered, you think I won't get to it, you think somebody else is going to write in with the same question, get that out of your head right now. It needs to be you that sends the question in because you need to take the initiative to do so because of the innocent bystander effect. So if you're hearing this and you just learned this right now, I want you to pretty much go to my website, JayDavis.com, click on the contact page, and write your question in that you would like answered on the show. I'm going to do that for you. But before the show takes off and before it starts getting really, really good, get these questions in because once we pick up of 100 listeners, 200 listeners, 500, 1,000, there's going to be so many questions that I have to sift through that I'm pretty much not going to be able to get through them all. So if you want access to me right now, now is your time. And if you don't want it to be a question directly about you, ask something about me because this is where this next question is going. And so here we have it. What's the hardest slash best coaching feedback you ever got? You know, one where you really got chewed up, but it resonated and sticks with you to this day. Just curious, do you have anything like that which sticks out for you? And this was just an awesome question because there has been something that has gone with me through my whole life. And I've had coaching in a lot of different avenues in little league, high school, college, the NFL. Sometimes coaching was a lot more harsh, and the words that coaches said to me were very, very harsh. And sometimes they were very constructive and they allowed me time to think about it and to use it as motivation instead of fear of failing or messing up or doing the wrong thing. And I take it back to my high school coach, Coach Houston. And like I said, we used to go on the weekend on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning at 6 or 7 a.m. It used to just be him and I. We go to a field. Sometimes we're jumping fences to get into Cherry Creek High School or to Aurora Central or a golf course in a nearby area that we're doing some running and conditioning. And one day we were at this high school practicing, and I was a little bit sluggish. I was tired. I probably didn't want to be there, but or the workout was kicking my butt. Like we used to get it in. And so as I'm over there huffing air, getting water, like probably about to give up and tap out and say, I ain't got no more in me today. Coach Houston walks up to me or just walks kind of by me and he was really great at using motivational tactics and he knew which buttons to push. And so he walks by me and he's talking, he's kind of hyping me up a little bit. And he says, you know, the person on the East Coast already got their workout in. Now, me being a high schooler, I'm sitting there, we're in Denver, Colorado, we're on Mountain Standard Time. And I'm over here like, well, shoot, it ain't my fault that I'm born and raised in Denver, Colorado. Like, congrats to them for being born on the East Coast. Like, whoop-de-doo. And I got a little bit perturbed for a minute because I was just like, man, like, come on, man. Like, it's not my fault. We still out here at 6, 7 in the morning. Like, what more do you want from me? On my Tyrese voice. What more do you want from me? Anyway, but as I thought about that later that day as we got done practicing, and like I said, I love Coach Houston and me and him have a great relationship. It wasn't about him dogging me and saying, yo, like, you know, we're hours behind already. But like I said, it was a motivational tactic. He's pretty much saying you're always chasing somebody. So even if you're in California, I'm an hour ahead of the person that's in California waking up to train. The person on the East Coast is 2 hours ahead of me, and they probably already got their workout in because it's 7 o'clock in Denver, but it's 9 o'clock in New York or Florida or Atlanta, Georgia. And so he was telling me that you're always chasing somebody, even the person that's in California, or excuse me, even the person that's in New York or Florida, they're probably still chasing somebody that's even farther ahead in their time zone, maybe somebody that's in London or Africa, because they got a lot of NFL and programs over there with people working athletically and sports wise. So he was trying to get me to get out of my head and to give me a little extra push, but to let me know like there are other people out here working. Don't think you're special because you woke up at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning, Colorado time, and getting this workout in, and you look sluggish right now. There's nobody else out here on this field working out with you. That's cool. But man, there's somebody on a different high school field working out. There's somebody next door in Kansas that woke up a little bit earlier than you to get their workout in Michigan, Ohio, Atlanta, Tennessee, Texas might even be in front of you. So what are you chasing and what are you working towards? And he said this and it's stuck with me forever. So even though I wake up early in the morning and I get my workout in at 36 years of age as I am right now, I'm still thinking about the person that's in New York, Florida, already got their workout in, already started calling their clients or emailing or sending out their email list. I'm always thinking about that kind of stuff. And so, who are you chasing? And so, like I said, this coaching point wasn't super harsh. It wasn't him yelling at me and berating me and making me feel little, but it was him trying to pull a little bit more out of a young Drew to go out there and to compete and to suck it up and to kind of figure out exactly how to get through this workout, how to make it something that I can hang my hat on for the day that I'm proud of. And that's probably the biggest piece of coaching advice that stayed with me over the years because it is true. You're always chasing somebody. The hay is never in the barn. Even when you think, okay, I did this presentation and I'm done with this work and I'm done with this project that I got. Okay, cool. Now what's next? But there's also somebody that's working on another invention, that's working on the next app, that's working on the next big thing to get everybody together or to the next $1 million, $2 million idea, $100 million idea to be exact. And so thank you, Coach Houston, for telling me that, giving me some, and it wasn't harsh coaching advice. It was a swift kick in the ass. I will say I try not to cuss on here, but it was a swift kick in the ass to like get in gear and let's go. Come on, you had all night to rest. Now it's time that we work. And we working to catch up to the person that's in front of us. So on this Friday, as you guys finish up today and as you guys go into the weekend and next week, put that imaginary person, build that imaginary person that you're working towards, that you're trying to chase, that you're chasing, that is in front of you, that is got more ideas than you, that has got a little bit more time on you, that is sleeping a little bit less than you because they got this really big thing that they're working on and chasing. And build that image in your head, give that person a name and continue to chase that person day after day after day, knowing that you are chasing greatness and that you're chasing somebody that you might never catch, but it's also going to be the person that helps push you and pull you to new heights. So, once again, I appreciate everybody tuning in for this Fast Friday episode. We're going to do Fast Fridays all the time. The episodes won't always be this short, but please send in those questions. Like I said, there's a link in the description for the episode, drewjdavis.com. Click on contact. There's a box where you can fill in, submit it. I appreciate you guys sending in those questions. I appreciate the support. Continue to like and rate and review this podcast so we can keep climbing. Like I said, there's people that we're chasing, and I won't give up until we're at the top of the charts. So once again, you've tuned into another episode of Too Good to Be Drew. Have a great weekend. Stay healthy, my friends.